Club sports like women's rugby face a unique situation by not being a varsity sport and that they have to pay to play. Women's Rugby Club President Sophina Hiblin says the rugby players must pay $310 a semester to be on the team. The team does offer scholarships, but they aren't the same as varsity sports scholarships.
D1, it looks more into like academics and paying for like the full ride into university or even part of university fees. Our scholarships have nothing to do with that. They only have to do with our player fees. So a majority of our students are paying for their out-of-state and in-state tuition.
Another difference between club sports and varsity sports is that the club's committee also acts as administration. This puts an added strain on top of also being a student.
We're in charge of making sure that travel arrangement is a big one. A lot of D1s will just travel onto the buses and have it all laid out for them. However, we as a team and as a student plan all that for our athletes, and we make sure that all that stuff is taken care of.
While varsity sports and club sports operate differently, one thing in common between the two is injuries. However, club sport athletes receive a different quality of care compared to varsity athletes. Rugby player Naomi Palmer is a sophomore on the team. Palmer has to sit out this season due to an injury she sustained last season. Although she was granted access to ASU trainers, they misdiagnosed her, which resulted in her playing on a fracture.
I absolutely think that they don't take us as seriously, just being a club sport compared to like NCAA sports. I think that my injury would have been handled differently if we had an appropriate training staff and I had like the appropriate attention to detail just in general to everything concerning injuries.
Though club sports and varsity sports both represent ASU, the athletes get treated differently. Athletes like Palmer think the treatment is unfair and that things would be better if rugby was an ASU varsity sport. Athletes like Heblin hope that one day rugby will be advanced to the NCAA level.